At 9:58 a.m. on a grey Thursday in November, my phone buzzed once on my desk. Meeting request, professional alignment discussion. Location, Executive Suite, Room A. Attendees, CEO Natalie Cross. HR Director Mark Ellison. I did not need to open it to understand what it meant. In 14 years at Helix Supply Group, I had seen this exact meeting invite destroy careers. Vague title. Closed room. HR present. The corporate version of a firing squad dressed in polite language. My name is Evelyn Moore. I am 42 years old. And for most of my career, I have been invisible by design. My role, Principal Compliance Analyst, was not impressive at dinner parties. I reviewed controlled substance logs, verified temperature stability records, checked that our filings to federal agencies actually matched reality. It was dull, thankless work. It was also the only thing standing between the company and losing its federal operating license. I did not panic. Panic comes from surprise. This was not a surprise. For months, I had felt the ground-shifting deadlines suddenly mattered more than accuracy. Executives started calling regulations flexible, and my emails stopped getting real answers. So I finished my audit. At 3:41 p.m., I saved my files, synced everything to my personal archive, and stood up. I had packed my desk that morning not from fear, but from pattern recognition. Halfway down the hall toward the executive suite, I heard a sound that stopped me. The security badge printer at reception. Once. Pause. Then twice more. I glanced through the glass wall. 3 people in dark suits. No smiles. One woman with a federal seal on her badge I knew instantly. Health and Human Services, Office of Inspector General. They were not checking in. They were flashing credentials. The receptionist's voice trembled. There are federal inspectors here. They are asking for compliance. I turned around. The woman spotted me immediately. Evelyn Moore. Yes. I am Agent Claire Novak. These are investigators Reyes and Morgan. We are conducting an unscheduled compliance review tied to your recent federal filings. I felt something strange, fear and relief colliding. What do you need? Everything, she said. And the truth. Behind me, Mark Ellison from HR rushed in, already sweating. You cannot just. Agent Novak did not even look at him. We can. And we are. She turned back to me. Private room. Conference B, I said. This way. As we walked past HR, I knew exactly what message was being sent upstairs. Conference B was small. Windowless. Uncomfortable. Agent Novak placed a thick folder on the table. 3 weeks ago, Helix submitted its quarterly compliance certification, she said. Your name appears as verifying officer. She slid the document toward me. That is your signature. Yes. Did you personally verify every item? I did not hesitate. No. The room went still. Explain. I was shown sanitized packets, I said calmly. Completed checklists that did not match underlying data. I paused. And for the record, I was scheduled to be terminated at 4 p.m. today. All 3 agents looked up. Why? Novak asked. Because I spent 4 months refusing to approve false reports. Then I opened my laptop. Emails. Audit logs. Time-stamped warnings. Overrides. Internal pressure. I showed them temperature excursions ignored. Training certifications marked complete despite missing modules. A security audit reported that never occurred. Every time I raised an issue, I documented it. Every time leadership dismissed it, I saved the response. This is not negligence, Novak said quietly. It is deliberate. A knock hit the door. The CEO, Natalie Cross, stood outside, perfect posture, controlled smile. I had like to know why. Cancel your afternoon, Novak said flatly. You are next. The door closed. 10 minutes later, my termination meeting vanished from my calendar. By evening, the office was unrecognizable. Executives were being escorted room to room. Phones buzzed non-stop. People avoided eye contact. The next morning, the CFO called me in. We reviewed everything, he said. You were right. Natalie Cross was gone. 2 directors were placed on leave. We need you, he continued. To rebuild compliance. Full authority. Direct board access. I leaned back. I will accept, I said. With conditions. They agreed with everyone. 3 months later, indictments were announced. False statements. Obstruction. Conspiracy. Helix paid millions in penalties, but survived. I did not save the company. I saved the truth. 6 months later, I stood on a stage at a compliance conference, staring at 200 professionals who looked exactly how I once felt: tired, ignored, afraid. I told them everything. When I finished, the room stood. Not because I was brave, but because I refused to lie. And sometimes, that is enough to bring everything crashing down.